Gay time.
Fuck.
But also gay time, I guess.
Well, you heard it there, folks. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Quest Junkies. It is Monday night, and at long last, we are back with the Rhódania Chronicles. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hey guys.
Thanks for your continued patience while we continue to battle issues and switched stream providers midstream. So let's hope that this one stays put.
We need tech support when we got patch.
I'm fucking honestly, it's been the bane of my life for the last 3 months. But yes, we are back, and we are thrilled to be back to bring you our little homebrew world. And just a quick hello to all the familiar names in the chat. I see you all there, and thank you, Raiders, for coming in. You guys are the best stream team we could ask for. Hope you stick around, because we've got some good stuff in store. So periodically on the screen and in the chat, you'll see messages throwing out love and support to all the people that help make Quest Junkies what it is. And there might be some links to get some discount dice with our friends over at Tabletop Dominion, stuff like that. Our friends over at Sirenscape. Just check them out if they pop up. Or we have a merch store. I haven't made some merch for a while. I should probably update the merch store, maybe.
No, calm down.
At some point,
time.
I mean,
One thing at a time, Patch.
It's been a while. I'm buying a house, so things have got to be prioritized.
Yes. Buy your house first, then you can make a fucking t-shirt about it.
Oh, that's the quote of the night already. But yes, let us quickly go around the table. My dear friends, if you'd be so kind, please introduce yourself and tell us who you will be playing. Starting with Mai.
Hi, I'm Mai. I'm tired. I am playing Rhódania, the Circle Stars, Feelies, Druid, Artificer, Chaos Kitty Extraordinaire, and Wild Brew, and all that shit. Shiny shit. Yeah.
Hells yeah. Thank you so much. Grim in chat.
皆さん、こんばんは。本日浮かれたの。
Lovely.
あ、2番の。Kisayo, I forget what boy is in Japanese. Wesu desu. For those of you uninitiated, I am the second favorite small boy. Sorry I spoke in Japanese. Moving on.
Draconic.
That's Wes, by the way. Thank you so much. Moving down the overlay, recently returned to the fold, Patrick.
Hello, everybody. My name is Patrick, aka Patins. I am back. I am going to be coming back to play Conor McGinnis, Urchin as a Brunei fighter.
Hell yeah. Welcome back, my dear friend. It's been too long. And last but certainly not least, by any measure, Bridget.
Hello, everybody. My name's Bridget. I'll be playing Frag, the Way of the Long Death, Shadowkai Monk, Warlock.
Warlock. That's a recent addition, isn't it? That wasn't always a thing. We haven't.
Nah, it wasn't always a thing.
Nah, we haven't delved into that yet. That's going to be interesting. Thank you so much. And I'm Patch, the ever humble dungeon master. Let's see if I can remember how to be one of those as we get back into things. So, we're going to do something a little different, actually. We normally do our usual recap when we say last we left off and blah, 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 blah. But before we do, I have something prepared that I'd like to share with you all. A little bit, I guess you could call this a pre-credit scene almost. If you'll indulge me. Welcome, fellow QJs, to the icy heart of the Morrigan Earth. where the threads of destiny guide our heroes to a place long obscured by the frozen mist of time and regret. Our destination, an ancient forsaken palace that once echoed with the voices of gods, now swallowed by the relentless grasp of the ages. Our adventurers at this moment stand at the precipice of a journey that will test not only their might, but the very fabric of the world itself. It is believed that within the icy walls of this forgotten monument lies the answers the world seeks about the continual threats posed by the Great Reconvergence, where the borders between this world and countless others are breaking down, converging. But to what end? Only time will tell. The citadel of the Morriganeth, a relic of a time when gods and mortals walked hand in hand. Once, this palace cradled the very seat of divinity. A sanctuary where gods convened and ruled over the fates of mortals. But that era, as bathed in celestial light as it was, has long succumbed to the relentless march of time. Now, it stands as nothing more than a silent witness to the aftermath of the Scourging, an event that left the gods severed from the mortal realm, leaving only echoes of their dominion. The air hangs heavy with the whispers of forgotten deities, their absence a weight upon the hearts of all who dare to walk these lands. And with every step our heroes take here, ripples echo back through the tapestry of fate that forever hangs silently over the world. The wind blows by and carries with it ancient secrets, memories, hopes, dreams, curiosities, consequences. There is so much to see here and yet so little to feel, only the cold of the storm and the crushing weight of absence. The grandeur of its architecture is draped in an eerie stillness, broken only by the mournful howl of the wind through the time-worn spires that spiral upward. This place only remains as a forgotten monument to the passing of an era. A tomb to the Morriganeth. The Wyld Ones. Champions chosen by fate. They can feel the weight of centuries bearing down upon them at this moment, as they now stand at the threshold of the unknown. What secrets lie within the frozen chambers of Morriganeth? What challenges await those who dare to tread upon the hallowed ground of those that came before? What price will be paid for the safety of the world? Let's find out, shall we? Because last we left off, a certain shield of the Wyld Ones had returned from the Shadowfell. So we rejoin our group on the deck of the Discourteous Rose, immediately where we left off, in the midst of a great ice storm that begins to die down slowly. You are all stood on the deck of the ship, taking in your surroundings, processing the fact that Connell is here. Like, now you actually have a moment to think about that.
I would like to add, since Wes and I were on the cloud coming back to the ship, the whole time on the cloud, I would just be like, Wes, come on, Wes, Stay with me. Come on.
Make a medicine check.
Yo, medicine? Hey, baby!
2. How many hit points do you have currently, Wes? You have 2 hit points. I'll say you take 1 hit point of bludgeoning damage from the rock hard slap across your face. But it does stir you to consciousness. You're muted as well, by the way.
Motherfucker. Okay. I had the worst dream. Well, maybe the best dream, but also the worst dream? I don't know. There was some kind of sentient storm that attacked us, and then Connell was there, and then Frike was there, and then Rhódania was there, and... Oh, hi, Connell. You were in my dream, but usually in my dream, you're the paper, and I'm the rock, but you were the scissors, so I don't know what that was about. Anyway, I'll get off Nimbus, and I'm sure...
Connell leans up a bit closer. Why do you smell like a wet cat?
Good question.
Huh. Was it Reese? Is Reese grooming you?
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Is it... Does Reese do that? Does Reese just randomly groom you just to let you know that you're doing a bad job at grooming yourself?
I mean,
I have a passive perception of 22. I can hear you, you know.
Not until
I hope you do.
As the Nimbus cloud brings you down to the deck of the ship.
Yeah.
Wyld Ones reunited.
Rhódania's just kind of like staring at Connell, just kind of a bit like a...
I need to come back. Babe, is this for good now? You're staying now?
Connell looks back towards presumably the spot where he reappeared, because we're probably like a good bit away from that point now, and he's just like, yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm glad to be back.
And she's just gonna go in for a big old hug and just kind of whisper into his ear,
Whenever we get home, I've got a nice surprise for you.
Hugs are nice.
Miss you, pal.
Why do you smell like lab equipment?
In tinkering with chemicals and shit, I've managed to manufacture my own wild brew Molotovs. Do you want to have a go at them at one point?
I just got back, so no.
Okay.
Let's hold off in case I teleport somewhere else.
All right, fair enough. I still need to work on it, so what happened to your chin?
Oh, it's something new.
Ian's chin.
Do you like it?
Kind of looks good on you. You were kind of missing a chin before, so it gives you a bit more definition. Nice and chiseled.
Chiseled's what I'm going for.
Chiseled. She'll say that out loud.
And like, now that you're all like actually getting to see Connell, like you can just like see how fucking yoked he is now. Like he's wearing
describe to us.
Hang on, where's my fleece? So it's very similar to this kind of thing, but like you can see like all the definition. It's just like that typed in. To describe what he looks like to the fellow audience members. He has almost like three stalagmites or tights. The ones that point down coming out of his chin. He's got a scar above one of his brows, and chiseled and yoked as hell.
What on earth does my brother look like now?
So, where's this book going, guys?
A lovely little spot called, Morganath.
Oh, Morganath?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Alright, cool. Connell just steps forward to forward direction on a ship, and he's just like, alright, looks like I'm back for the main attraction, so Connell turns back to Frank. I will tell you everything I know, I promise. It's just a lot at the moment.
You say you're back for now, but you seem worried that you might get teleported somewhere else again?
I left that Shadowfell, man, it's
Feroni is just gonna slap onto Wes's shoulder and
Shit, cunt!
I'm gonna cast Healing Word at 2nd level onto lovely Wes. Let's use these two. So he's gonna gain. How do I count? 9 points of healing damage.
9 points of healing damage.
Thank you. I have been healing damaged.
Yeah.
Oh! Thanks, Rhódania. I was just gonna go for a lay down, but this is a nice little second wind.
Pal.
Yeah, leaving the Shadowfell, a lot's happened. A lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I kind of just need to process what happened, not read Google Docs, and just kind of figure out how to process all this information for you.
I think, as the two of you are looking at each other, you would be able to notice the wound on her chest and the inky veins that spread up her neck and down her shoulder.
Huh. So yours has grown as well.
Say that one more time.
So those markings, after spending quite a bit of time in the Shadowfell, I've come across a number of different people that also have those same markings. I've yet to figure out what the cause is or where they origin from, but it seems to have an effect, especially in the Shadowfell. It seems to have an effect on those individuals' emotions. Patch time of day, currently?
Difficult to tell as the storm continues raging around you. While it has subsided substantially, it's still a fierce storm. You can see crew members are running about the ship, just like checking everything over. Madeline's in a heated discussion at the wheel, like gesticulating her arms quite wildly. She looks pissed. You can still hear the storm in the distance, but you're not sure what time of day it is.
Okay. So Connell's trying to look around for the moon. Yeah, so different. So, depending on what kind of moon is currently in the sky, it can have an effect on people's emotions when they've got these scar marks or curse marks. Whether or not it's dependent on the one in the Shadowfell, or if it's dependent on the one that we have here as well. You haven't experienced anything crazy lately?
It's a lot of information to process in about 15 seconds, but...
I bet.
The short answer is yes.
Okay.
I have. We will find a time to talk. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
Let's see what we can do to help the crew in this crazy storm.
Connell immediately makes a line for Madeline and requests they get put to work.
So you run over to Madeline, and she's in the middle of a heated argument with this other crew member, and she sort of looks over to Connell and continues back, and then just sort of does a double take, like,
permission to
long
come
time
aboard,
no
Captain?
see. Looks like you already did. Welcome back.
Thank you. Is there anything you need me to do? Fix the mast? Do any work around the deck?
I mean, from the looks of it, the ship's okay. The shields actually held up, which is fucking brilliant, because I didn't know if they were going to work or not. I'd never tried them before, so it was, like this was a good experimentation, but ship's fine. Don't know where we are, though. That storm might have blown us hundreds of miles off course. Until it dies down, I have no idea. I need the stars to tell me where we are, so... I think maybe just... I mean, look, you guys are the first line of defense here, so maybe go down into the lower decks, warm yourselves up, eat, drink, rest, whatever you need to do, and then once I figure out where we are, then we see what's next.
Connell slits and walks back to the crew.
And get someone to look at your chin. It looks like you're taking a bit of a, I don't know, a bite or something.
It makes me look manly. And he does a little skip as he walks off.
That did not make you sound manly. He just goes back to the conversation.
It's 2024.
He's a man.
Puberty.
So,
I'd like to spend some time with Madeline, if possible.
sure.
She's still in her starry form, I must note, just so you know.
Absolutely.
I couldn't help but overhear about you looking for the stars. As you can see, I'm all shiny and shit. And, stars are kind of my thing. If there's anything I could do to try and find my pals, my companions, my starry buddies, let me know. I can try and be one with the stars and shit, if you like. And she casts guidance on Madeline.
I will take that. D4, right?
Yeah.
Where's my D4s going? There we go. I got one. She will take that D4. Well, I'm not one to turn down a bit of help.
From my star map after all, so I thought it'd be kind of cute.
Yeah, and if there's any particular ones we're looking for, because we're heading north, right? I think the archer faces that way. If you want me to
Well,
search for them.
judging by, that beautiful cardigan first out. Once everything clears, you can help me have a look. We'll figure out where we are. Appreciate it. You are indeed
Aye.
all starry and shit. You should put that on
Shiny
a
and shit.
t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe once I get my business up and going with Wild Brew and all that shit, all that jazz.
You say shit a lot, don't you?
Yeah. Fun. And shit.
She just giggles.
Well, let me know when you need me, ma'am. For the time being, I'm gonna go and have a wee cat nap.
Will do.
Rest up for a wee bit. It was a bit of a beating, that was.
I didn't see a lot of it, but it looked interesting, shall we say?
Oh, it was definitely fucking fun. Tell you that. Yeah. Right. Anyway. Cheers, big ears.
Big ears? What the fucking...
You're supposed to say same goes, big nose, but okay, never mind. I guess they never hear that outside the forest. Bye!
She's gonna just kind of skip and twaddle. Twaddle? Waddle? I don't just she's gonna walk down the stairs in her whole Rhódania way. Dawdle. I don't
I like skip
and just
and
make me
twaddle.
yeah, just gonna pop her way in. Heading down. So.
Okay. So, the rest of you following suit, heading down into the lower decks?
Yep.
Okay. So, you can either reach one of the communal areas, you can go to the Rose's Thorn, or you can go to one of your rooms. It's up to you, really.
Are the kitchens open?
Yeah.
Veronia's gonna go to the kitchen just to get some bits and maybe a kind of like a bedroom picnic she's gonna make herself, along with some stuff to make some drinks with.
Alrighty.
She
then.
just waddles over to her room.
A much calmer scene in the lower decks of the ship, away from the biting wind of the storm. You find all the sustenance you require in the kitchens and comfort. There's people handing out blankets if people need extras, and hot cocoa and stuff like that. This group looks after its own, and it seems, certainly at the moment, they recognize you guys as their own, so it doesn't take long to find some degree of comfort in this space. So, what are we up to?
As Connell sits down at the table with near Wes, he's gonna lean over. So, do you know how scrolls work?
I can read them. Can I make all of them work? No, but I can try.
So Connell is gonna like slide over an empty scroll.
She might slide into the table across from Connell.
Like, he's not making this private. He's just, he knows Wes can engineer this shit. That's why he's going to him first.
So this is blank. What am I looking at here? Just the scroll? Is there something hidden?
So I was able to use that scroll in the Shadowfell to get back to this guy, or to get to near where you guys were. I was told that there was a treasure to cross the plains. I grabbed this one, and this one, I opened it. A gate opened within the scroll. I shoved it through. It had some text on it. I could read it, but it's weird that you're saying it's blank now.
Well, it may not be blank for long. Patch, can I cast Identify to determine if there's any written language in here that we can interpret? Or potentially any magical components to this scroll?
You can certainly cast Identify, yeah, of course.
Yep, cool. I cast Identify. What do we see?
So what does it look like when Wes casts Identify?
Oh, sorry. If addressing me, sorry.
I think as he unravels the scroll, like his index finger is going to light up with this sort of bluish spark. And he's going to actually, like, it looks like he's writing into the scroll, but it's not actually writing. It's sort of like if there's any written language, it would sort of just come out as if he's tracing over it. And the finger kind of trails any potential written language that's in there. It's just a blue spark that kind of illuminates the whole scroll.
Okay. So at the end of the casting, you identify it as a formerly magic item. There are traces of magic left upon this. The closest thing you could recognize it to is a scroll of plane shift.
Oh, you brought out the big guns. So this is, or was, a scroll of plane shift? My Arcana is not great, but I think it's in the name. You literally shifted planes to get here. This is really interesting. So this wasn't the convergence at all. This was actually physical magic. And just kind of roll it back up and hand it back to Connell.
Where did you get it?
I got it in the... If I paraphrase any patch, feel free to correct at any point. Crossing between the planes have kind of left my memory a little bit sketchy, but God, the last time I saw you guys was like 3-4 weeks ago. So as soon as I reappeared, whenever I was taken back to the Shadowfell, I reconvened with Favos, but not in a desirable setup. We were both contained, and we believe. I mean, it's kind of obvious that I think the king knows about us there. The how I got this was there are a group of Genassis in this Shadowfell working for the king, and they almost had like a little treasury where they kept all this stuff that presumably they were bringing back to the king, and some of the Genasi were able to help me escape, some were fighting back, and one of them tipped me off about this scroll, and I guess I was able to get it, punched through the dimensions, and I appeared in the sky. Yeah. I guess that's the short and sweet of it. Yeah, multiplanar travel really messes with your head.
I can't imagine But I'm going to assume when you refer to the king that that's someone else. That's not my father.
It's your father.
Oh. Huh.
The Genasi, the Genasi that I don't know if they've reported anything back to the king. Like ever since I got there to the Shadowfell, like way the first time I was there, I encountered them, I fought them. Man, they're strong, but they've got this kind of conviction that they need someone to help them, and I was trying my best to. A lot of broken hearts and broken people. I did my best to try and fight alongside them or fight them. A lot of them did not nice things, and it's unclear if they have mentioned the king or not. I'm assuming they have. And he points to the scar on his eyebrow, and the Air Genasi, the leader of the trip, blessed me with this.
It was a blessing and not a curse? What does it do?
Oh, no, like, I was being sarcastic. Like, I couldn't imagine with all my defenses that someone was able to flash through my skin. Like, I didn't think it was possible.
Okay. That's she looks visibly shaken, but she grips an amulet and just says, "This is how I have been able to avoid detection from my father. I wear this and he doesn't know where I am or what I'm doing." It's something else I've acquired along with... She'll run her finger along one of the veins leading up her neck. I suppose we've never tried removing a curse before, but... Did anyone ever talk about removing their curse?
From talking with your brother, I don't think he was able to come to any kind of conclusion about it. None of the Genasis knew either, and they all had that same marking. Presumably, there's speculation that maybe from like a powerful cleric could do it, or it could be a greater power, or maybe it's a thing where like we take out the creator of the curse and that cures all. It's figuring out who the creator of the curse is or was and figuring it out from there.
Okay. Then I suppose this... she'll hold the medallion again and just... Then this will be my salvation until that moment. And from here, for the sake of time... Because I'm not sure she really went into detail about it with anyone, but since Wes and Connell are at the table with her, she would explain the story of her encounter with the Raven Queen in a dream wherein she was able to psychically discover what her father was doing, and only to realize that he may be the puppet of someone far greater and much more unknowable than any of them would like to believe. They tried to find his name, they were unsuccessful. They learned that it had been stricken from record because the Raven Queen rose to power and erased his name from record. And so now she has made a deal with the Raven Queen, and she's able to use magic in a way that she never could before. And that the Raven Queen may prove to be an ally in the future, but she's also not entirely certain where everything stands right now, because she's still trying to figure out what sort of magic could be controlling, like powerful enough to keep her father at the whim of a bigger, greater, more unknowable deity like this. It's probably a pretty long story at this point.
The entire time you're telling it, like Connell's like laser focused on, like he's taking every single word you say to account.
I would say, listening in, Connell, as well, a lot of it adds up from your experiences with Phobos. Phobos had concerns that not everything was as it seemed with their father. And at one point he did hypothesize perhaps there was someone else behind the curtain, but he was never sure. But a lot of what Frike is saying seems to make sense.
Yeah, it all seems to add up.
And I can only hope some foreknowledge of this being will help us in our journey to come, but truth be told, and she will reach a hand out at this point, and that hand is visibly shaking. I am frightened.
Connell takes her hand and puts this other one on top. And he gives her like a big old smile. And he says, "We got this. Whatever business we've got is a Morganoth. We'll figure it out. Are we in over our heads? Of course we are, but water vetchers aren't. Like, if this is how we become heroes of legend, this is how we go down." And since being in the Shadowfell, there's nothing I want more than to save that land. It's struck with so much grief and turmoil. No one has any hope. And from this moment until my dying breath, I hope I can inspire others in the Shadowfell to rise up and fight against the oppressors and make it not such a, for all intents and purposes, not a such dark, dire place. It can be joyful and heartwarming, but there just has to be someone or something that can trigger that. And I want to be that something. I've seen it already through my actions, and it feels great. And if by doing this quest of ours does that, then this is where I'm supposed to be.
I think at this point, Connell, you feel another hand on the back of yours, a furry hand, as Reese will put a paw in. Look, I won't lie to you. This whole thing is terrifying. Like, I just wanted to travel and see the world, and now we're, I don't know, fighting gods and Shadowfells, and I was a musician and now I'm a servant to the moon? Like, let's face it, the last couple of months have been a lot. But we're here, and we can make a difference. So I'm glad you're back, and you had me at we got this. And you feel a little squeeze on the back of your hand.
Connell like pulls Reese in for like a proper hug.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
And he whispers back to Reese, and he's just like, "We've been fighting dragons since the day we met. This is nothing."
I suppose. And you feel a booty pat with the tail as he casts guidance.
It never dies.
Never dies.
I like to think at this point, while everyone's been having their little Wyld One meeting, Feronia comes in with a pile-high plate of, like, just grub and just plonks herself down at the table.
Right. Group meeting? What are we talking about? What's on the agenda? What did I miss?
Nothing much.
Okay, you give me notes later? We can have this in my room if you want, Reese.
I'll explain later.
Okay.
She just starts eating like a big chicken drumstick to herself.
So Connell sits back down as well, and he like gestures towards the remaining four. So, what is our mission? Where are we at?
Unclear, but Morganoth has been the place where we have learned it is possible to get the most amount of answers. That it's more answers than we've gotten along the way, and at best it may, at least I should say, it may give us some ammunition in fighting my father, but at most it could have something to do with the reconvergence. So far it's been a lot of speculation. We've done what we can to learn more information, but it's the strongest lead we have, and it hasn't been easy getting here, but I think whatever lies ahead is not going to be an easy journey to take, but I wouldn't take it with anyone but you guys.
It's in my notebook if you do want to read them, Connell, catch yourself up. Just ignore the pages on the back, and on the front, only read the ones in the middle and read them upside down, please.
Okay.
Okay, cool. There you go.
And she hands over her Feronia book to Connell.
Lose that, break it, anything like that, you're fucking dead. Alright?
He like Gaston reads it, and he's like, okay, that's all I need to know.
Cool, alright, thanks, pal. You're as thorough as I am when it comes to my notes.
I'm throwing shade to myself, clearly. And she just goes back to eating her chicken.
What's Wes doing?
Gosh, I just realized you all look awful. Worse than usual. We will craft up 6 potions of healing from the artificer table and slide them over to everybody so y'all can take a 2d4 potion of healing. Will you roll that for all y'all? Do you want me to roll them all individually, Patch, or do you want me to just have one collective roll and then let them have it?
It depends, because if you use your whole action, you get max healing.
That's fair. Well, that's 3 spell slots, which I guess would be the full action. So y'all get 10 HP back.
Pal.
And that's with mild brew, by the way. If I had proper wild brew, Madeline will come storming down here and kick the shit out of me, more so than usual. So I promise you, you're not going to get any kickback. Turns back yet.
You've learned.
Well, I've had to. You guys would kick my butt if I didn't.
Also, we
Thank
need to keep the strong stuff for the crazy shit that's about to happen. So.
Oh, speaking of strong shit. Yeah. You know, I still have to talk to Madeline about seeing if we can't dampen those stabilizers. The shield's held up really well, but if that happens again, we're going to be navigating out in the blue. Maybe I can take a look at the engines. Oh, that's so cold. You guys catch up. I'll be right back.
First, you remember what happened the last time you didn't sleep?
No, I slept this time, I promise. Just
Bullshit.
going downstairs to the top deck.
I swear to God, Connell, we've had to keep an eye. Well, I know I have. Like, he's just been working non-stop, and he just won't give it a rest. He doesn't. Oh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
We will need all the rest we can get.
I'll just tap on him, knock the claim out. He'll sleep.
Hey,
You could
didn't we
watch
try
over
it
him while he
before?
sleeps.
Well then, how am I gonna sleep? Who's gonna look after me when I sleep? It's gonna be a bit of a vicious cycle, so...
Is it possible to enchant a door?
I mean, there's such a thing as a key. I think this locks. Yeah.
If your room locks, then hide the key.
Hide it somewhere.
And she kind of like gestures to her primordial pouch.
She's like, I can put it under a tire, so...
Under a tire.
Under the tire. Fuck. What an image.
Just
So much
to make-
skin!
I'll have to make sure that's in the
my God.
updated character art. Oh dear. So, some time has passed while you've been having these conversations, eating this food. You all notice something round about the same time. I'd say Wes first because you run up to the deck of the ship. As you notice this, the others, you see something out the corner of your eye and you look over towards the nearest window and you see interchanging colours. Just like ambiently passing by blues, reds, greens, purples, yellows. Just spiraling through different hues of colour outside.
Is it like we're being through the Northern Lights? Is it a bit like that?
You'll have to have a look.
Yeah, Frodia's gonna go have a wee look then. Because, well, essentially, because, she needed to go up and look for the stars anyway, so.
Can we do a history check to see if it's the same thing that took us to the Wild Mount?
It isn't anything like that, no.
Okay, cool. Because I mean, multiverses are very popular at the moment.
They are. Not that popular. It's been done. So, are you running upstairs to catch up with Wes then?
Not necessarily like intending to go and like hang out with Wes, but just to kind of go and see
No,
for
but, like,
myself. So
yeah,
I
you're heading
suppose
up
she
the
kind of
same
like
way.
run past. She like sprints past Wes.
Running on all
sort of
fours.
To me.
Yeah. Wes just sees a cloud of a zoomy cat going straight past. Meow.
Fast foot.
Have you ever heard of curiosity?
Yeah, there's another line to that no one really remembers, and I don't remember.
Oh, good. Because I was going to say, I don't remember it either. It was going to be super awkward for both of us.
Reese gets up and starts walking over to the window and then stops and then turns around and just goes, screw it. And just like heads out of the door to head upstairs. Cole, Frike, you going to the window or are you going upstairs?
Upstairs.
Let's go check it out.
Okay. So one by one, you each reach the deck of the ship. And the first thing you notice, well and truly, is that the storm has almost entirely passed. And in its place, while the wind is still biting cold and ever present, you inquired about whether or not it was like the Northern Lights. In a manner of speaking, yes, but so much more. As it is almost like a tapestry hanging over the sky, interchanging prismatic colour, flashing with lights, almost like an electric current passing through overhead. It's hypnotic, it's beautiful. And just through it, it's just transparent enough for you to see a glistening full starscape. All the constellations near and far gleaming through. At this point, you've probably dropped your star form, but I think just out of sheer instinct, you pop straight back into it. I'll give you a free use of it.
Thanks.
Just in response to the vision ahead.
For flavor, before she does kind of, rather than just kind of go puff of smoke into her star form, the stars all over her cardigan start glowing, and then she just kind of like, almost like trickles into the form, like little like dust behind her. So, just in pure joy seeing this.
Yeah. And everyone on the deck of the ship is just stood looking, with smiles on their faces. Including Madeline, stood at the wheel, one hand on the top of the wheel. A bottle of some sort of alcoholic beverage in her hand. She's just looking and smiling.
Have you ever seen anything so beautiful?
No.
Reminds me a wee bit of the night I woke up in the forest, but never up this close.
Now that you mention it, it does. It looks very like that sky. More so than you initially thought. Doesn't take away its beauty, though. And as you just enjoy these quiet few moments of contemplation, you hear the footsteps of Madeline approaching. I suppose this is what you get. A fierce storm hiding the fiercest of beauty.
Okay.
I mean, whatever happens, for that, this trip was worth it.
Certainly something to write home about, especially to Thrasham, I suppose.
If he were with us now, he'd be up that crow's nest. And he'd be laughing and screaming at his top of his voice. Probably naming some new move after it, I don't know.
It does remind me, Madeline, when you do see him next, tell him, regardless if he never sees me again, consider one free arm on us. I have one in storage somewhere in my room back in our hero's nest. So, just tell him to ask for the mammies. And
You have an arm in storage?
oh shit! Forgot to tell you. I gave your mammy an arm.
Wait, so did you cut someone else's arm off and give it to her?
No. I made it. We made it. Me and Wes made it.
From like stones and stuff?
We I don't know. Would it still be the same if you forage scraps? Scavenged? I like to say if I foraged the pieces of metalwork from a local metal. Wes, help me here. I'm trying to get the right word here. Dispensary. Yeah.
I think what Rhódania is trying to say is she worked really hard to make sure that the woman who took care of her was also taken care of.
Connell just puts his hand on like her shoulder and kind of like just gives it like a little squeeze.
Oh, there's a sending stone in her arm as well, so we can call her and you can call her and stuff. So you probably should tell her that you're alive and that you're with us. Not that I'm dictating what your life's all about, but she's probably eager to chat to you. Just in case you're wondering, so yeah.
Connell like reaches for his like sending stone, kind of like pat himself down. He's like, "Fuck, where did I put it?" Then he like gets it and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll be sure to do that before bed."
I think there's a hotline you can call, and then it's like free after 6. So
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
You just have to wait a few moments. It's going to make a terrible sound. It's like... boop, 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 boop. They call it dial-up.
yeah, don't use all your pebbles all at once.
No.
It's so revolutionary. It'll take me 30 minutes to see a whole image.
Oh, God.
But yeah, tell Thrasham to go see the mammies at the... I'm calling it our hero's nest in Dundanarg. And tell him to tell him that the mammies have it underneath my bed.
I can promise to try to remember all of that information. But I'm sure you'll tell him yourself.
Just in case.
On that subject, my starry and shit friend, we have some stars to read, don't we?
We do. But first, perhaps the Moon Lotus tea, Mom? Sometimes it helps me see things clearly.
She just throws the bottle of alcohol that she had off the side of the ship, like, aye, why not?
Bit of a waste, but okay.
And just kind of with is it a cantrip? It is a cantrip. Produce flame. She's just going to take out her 2 little teacups she's got, and put in some of the dried moon lotus leaves and some of the it's basically the buds in there, and just let it bloom. It has no magical effects, but it's a nice tea and it's perfect for this sort of occasion.
Hits the spot perfectly. Amazing. A quick round of tea is enjoyed. And then to read the stars, with the assistance of the good captain, Rhódania, please make me a survival check at advantage.
Okie doke. Move these d4s. Thank God you said advantage. Because that's a 15.
15, okay. I'll say you spend about maybe 10-15 minutes. It's hard to not get distracted by the kaleidoscope of colour in the sky. Shapes and colours. And eventually, I mean, you're very quick to spot the Archer because that's your constellation. That's the one.
My bro.
That's the one. It's like me in real life. If I ever look at the nighttime sky, I see Orion's belt immediately. I don't even have to look for it. I just know where it is. I couldn't tell you where anything else is, but I've even done it when I've been in Australia when it's upside down. It's just it's a random geeky fact about me, I suppose.
Nerd.
Yeah,
Flex.
nerd flex. But after a small discussion, you figure out, whereabouts you are. Madeline brings out the map, and you were certainly blown away from where you were, but it actually looks like the storm carried you where you were going.
Judas?
And as she looks over the front of the ship, she just stops and she gives you the map, and she just walks over to the front of the ship. Hang about. And she just lifts her hand up and just gestures for you all to join her at the front of the ship. I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There is an inspiration in the chat there from C, if anyone wants to claim it.
It went to Wes.
It went to Wes.
It certainly did not go to me.
25.
Ooh.
So you got a 20, a 25, a 9, and a 10. Okay. Wes and Connell, even with the low rolls, the ground is dark, but when certain colours shine overhead, the more vibrant ones like blues, the land ahead of you does lighten up ever so slightly, and you can see some sort of shape ahead. Rhódania and Frike, with your higher rolls, you see a large structure with spiraling spires intertwined in a blanket of frost and snow. It looks ancient, it looks old, it looks barren, desolate. And in this snowscape of nothingness all around you, beneath a bed of colour in the sky, it certainly looks like it could be your destination. Within reach. As I rolled for it, and the storm carried you the rest of the journey.
Wow. Veronia looks up at Frike with a knowing look and just holds her hand and said,
Are you ready?
She'll squeeze your hand gently. I think so.
And with that, we'll go ahead and take our 10-minute bio break. So, do stick around to find out what happens next as our group arrives unexpectedly at their destination, the Citadel of the Morganath. See you shortly, friends.
Dad, it's okay.
It's never okay.
Do these other paintings have people?
Not anymore.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is violent. Red, yellow, purple. No, green. No. What color is it?
Say, chest tricks.
Oh, that's not where the bone's supposed to be. Not quite. That's a bit pokey outy. Wicker, liquor, no.
Delilah,
Yes?
bleed. Delilah, bleed.
And this is why we don't fuck.
We don't fuck because I work all the time. It's hard to meet people. Okay?
No, it's not. But someone's got hang-ups and made me promise when I was drunk, didn't they?
Oh.
And with that big jump, we are back, my dear friends, with the Rhódania Chronicles, the Wyld Ones. As we rejoin them on the deck of the Discourteous Rose, in the sky, beneath a sky filled with a kaleidoscope of colour, and in the near distance, their destination, the Citadel of the Morganath. You all stand looking towards it as it slowly approaches. Back over to you.
When you say it's approaching, is the ship drifting toward it?
Yes.
So, logistical question. Do we want to land on the top of this or near the bottom of this?
We could switch it up.
Madeline sort of, like, looks around a bit, like, I don't think it's designed for an airship, especially if it's some ancient place, so maybe a little nearby. Not too close. Enough so that if y'all keep coming out running and screaming, then I can get a head start and we can get the fuck out of here.
Good
No
call.
one
I
left
think
to
we're
roll out the
99.
welcome wagon.
Unless the welcome wagon makes us scream and run back to the ship.
Never know.
Wes, have you got a way to make some flares? Should the captain need to know a signal like that?
Connell, I'm hurt. It's like our voices wouldn't be enough, our sonorous voices wouldn't be enough for Captain Madeline to know we got in trouble.
Yeah.
But if you really want me
Reason I can guiding bolt.
A ship?
Well, you can just do it in the sky and be like, hey! Like,
I mean,
Ew.
that's worked for us before. So, yeah,
But what if
we
you
can
need to
do
use
that.
guided bolt to shoot some bad guys?
got plenty up the wazoo.
She's got plenty
I
up the
have those.
wazoo.
Autonomy?
I don't know what a wazoo is, but she's got plenty up there.
It's my butt. But yeah.
Her hands will crackle with
Oh.
Eldritch Blast. Just in case.
Not many shiny things.
You are all indeed shiny and shit. Alright then. I'll bring her around. I'd probably take about... I'm not going to rush this. 20 minutes. 20 minutes and we'll land. I want to circle around and scope it out a bit. Just in case.
Just a quick one, Patch. Have we haven't long rested before all this has happened, have we? We haven't been
No.
able to since.
So, you can take a short rest if you like, because we spent some time like below deck. Like, if you wish, you can take a short rest based on that time. But there's been no long rest as of yet now.
I'm more concerned about my spell slots.
I mean, you can, the ship will land in 20 minutes. You don't necessarily have to disembark straight away. If you want to take a long rest, you're more than welcome to.
I've got plenty of guiding bolts up the wazoo. It's fine.
Yeah,
oh no,
different
I need
kinds
long
of-
rest now.
Yeah, but
Oh,
my
it's
guiding
almost
bolt.
like you're British
Excuse
Spellcaster.
me, my guiding bolt has got different sections. Thank you very much, Mr.
Oh, it's-
McGinnisy.
It's almost like you're playing a spellcaster that needs long rests to do anything fun.
Go burn. I got
Welcome
my
to the
key
Wyld
point back
Ones.
during a short rest. Oh.
Patch, as we're taking this 20 minutes, can I just stand at the edge of the deck and kind of maybe investigate or perceive maybe what the terrain looks like, if it's all just snow covered, or if there's an easy way for us to kind of traverse this? I imagine once we get down there, it's all just going to be us on foot, but is there any way to really gauge what the terrain and landscape is, or if there's anything to worry about in terms of rust terrain?
I'll call that a survival check.
Survival? Yeah. That's pretty good. That's a 26.
26 is very good. As you take time over the 20 minutes as the ship's landing, it gets easier as you get closer, obviously. You hear well-timed sirenscape. You hear the storm still happening behind you. Far away now, it's in the distance, but in this area there is an almost eerie stillness, actually. A very soft snowfall hangs over the landscape around you, around this space. It looks fairly deep covered, but doable on foot. It doesn't look bad to the point where it would be considered difficult terrain. But it's it's heavy snowfall.
We'll kind of turn back to the rest of the Wyld Ones. Good news, we can do this on foot. Bad news is I'm not sure for how long. If we're going to prepare, I think the worst we could do is with super reinforced boots. Or, Frike and Connell can carry the smaller ones.
I don't want to have frozen beans, so.
You could hide in my new jacket. I think it is fur-lined.
I have a feeling it's about to be fur-lined.
That's why you just want me to keep you warm.
But I also want to keep you warm.
Oh, that's fair. Reese, you're all good, because you're like all snowy and stuff, so you'll be warm enough?
Oh yeah, well, we had snowfall back home many years. I kind of loved it. You can take snow ASMRs. It's really fun. Like I did on the ship, but better, because it's deeper.
Oh no. Reese, you are going to blend in and camouflage. We really should put something on you to make sure we don't lose you in the storm. Maybe I should get you this ostentatious maybe bell, so whenever you're around, we just hear you in the snow.
He starts preparing a guiding
How
bolt.
we make it glow? Better save your guiding bolts, because apparently, Coddle doesn't like us using them or, saving them or...
This new attitude since it's come back from the Shadowfell, it's interesting.
Don't come crying at me when you're out of level spell slots.
all I'm saying is I don't want my character to die before I go on break. Yours just came back, mate, and I took a beating. That's what I'm also concerned about.
Fight.
Well, Reese resists using one of his many available spell slots on Connell. We'll be fine.
Save
Connell
it for
is-
whatever we find in there.
Connell's eyes are kind of like every so often they're like darting towards like his shield on Race, but he doesn't know how to ask for it.
I mean, he's got a passive perception of 22. He notices that you keep looking at him.
Yeah, like it's just like every so often it's like the side eye. It's just like I'm not like, hey,
Hey.
looks good on you.
I think it does. You're right. Yeah. It was... Thank you. Yeah. I'll make good use of it.
Look better on me.
Well, the ship's nearly landed, shall we? What's the plan? What are we doing?
What do you want to do, Frank?
Figure out the lay of the land. Understand what's here, perhaps even record it so that history may reflect what we discover. And if there is anything to be gleaned about either my father or the reconvergence here, then we'll know what we know.
You can see
She'll,
Madeline looks
pull out
a
her
little...
map.
Madeline looks a little conflicted as she looks over at the ruins ahead, like deep in thought, and she keeps looking back to the ship.
I I didn't expect you. You should stay safe.
I know I should stay safe, but I really want to see what's in there.
As long as we stay close. If anything, we'll find out what's in there, and then it won't be such a big mystery anymore, and she'll pull out the map, and perhaps we can fill in more information and share it with the people so that it's not such a big secret of whatever gods lingered here.
I can go with that. Alright then. She goes back to the wheel of the ship and she oversees the landing of the ship, and as you wait and prepare, you feel the gunk of the ship as it finally settles on the ground. And all the crew just stay silent. They stand at their posts and they just stand watching. Madeline sort of looks back and barks at them. What are you all staring at? Never seen a group of adventurers going off to save the world before? In the words of
I think
Rocky Boy over there, we got this.
we do. And before they disembark, Frank would make it a point to remind Madeline that she has the sending stone, and she'll reach out if anything goes wrong.
Make sure you do. If you get hurt, come back. If you get killed, walk it off.
Will do, my captain.
Alright. You begin to disembark, lowering yourself down the ropes. Ropes that would usually lower down lifeboats. But they've been disconnected, as there's no need for a lifeboat here. And you land your feet onto the soft snow ground beneath you. It's peaceful, it's quiet, I think there's an uncomfortable feeling in this place because certainly everything looks beautiful. But knowing why you're here, knowing all the potentials for what lies ahead, thinking back on everything that's led you to this moment, you can't help but feel unease. Like you can't truly appreciate the beauty around you anymore. The weight of something down upon you. It's the absence of something. You're not quite sure what. So who's going to lead the little expedition we have here?
Connell's gonna punch forward and look back at everybody and say, "Alright guys, eyes on me. We trot a course forward upon Wes's directions. We should make our way to the scary, spooky Frost Castle."
Wait, Frank has a better map than I do. Why are you using me for directions?
Well, this part of the map isn't filled in all the way. See, she'll point it out, and there isn't much written about the Citadel on the map of Rhódania she has.
Of course. You guys needed a cartographer. I should have known. We'll turn the all-purpose tool into cartography tools. All right. Lead on.
I'll put you on his shoulders, and he's just like, and you can use his head, whatever angle works, I guess, as your table.
Can you move your stalagmites? Oh, no, it's the wrong. It's gonna pierce through the. It's careful. I almost ripped the map.
Like this.
Yeah, it's better. Okay.
He swings round to look at Frank as we're walking, and he's just like, "Did you join a pirate crew?"
It wouldn't be the first time, would it?
I mean, you're saying my captain, we're not near the ship, and this is as we're walking. You said my captain, so you joined the pirate crew?
It was part of the arrangement to be able to come here on the Discourteous Rose.
Does that make us pirates? Wes, are you a pirate? Fronia? Are you a cat pirate?
Well, we signed a contract.
Pirates by proxy, maybe?
By proxy. That sounds about right.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound as flashy. We're sky pirates. We're not just any old pirates. We upgraded, literally.
Sky pirates? We're sky am I a sky pirate?
Skyrit.
Kind of
Skyrit.
You are now.
Skyrit.
Whoa. I only thought there were two kinds of pirates. You're telling me there's... Sorry, I've only thought there's one kind of pirates on the ocean. Now you're telling me there's ones in the sky?
I mean, there's many Skyrets on that ship. I met one. Her name was Myrit, and she was a bit of a shit cunt, really, but she was all right.
Yeah, there's regular pirates, there's sky pirates, there might be space pirates, you never know.
What? Space pirates?
I don't know. Listen, all right? You know, Feronia has friends. They're the stars. Maybe they're star pirates or space pirates. If there's a pirate for the sea and there's a pirate for the sky, there's got to be pirates for the stars.
Can I roll insight check? Can I pick up that what they're putting down?
You can go ahead and make an insight check if you like. Hello, Raiders! Tales of Initiative, welcome in, friends. Glad to see you.
That is a 19 to figure out if I can suss out if Wes met a space pirate.
So, Wes, you can either roll Persuasion or Deception. Don't tell us which. Just roll and give us the number.
Let me just refer to the Book of Wes.
And now we're reading from the Book of Wes.
That's a 22.
Okay. So he sounds...
You would tell me if you guys met space pirates, right?
Yeah, of course. Listen, if we met space pirates, you would want to do one of two things. Join them or fight them.
You're so right. It's he's like, I want to meet space pirates so bad.
I will take this opportunity just for a cheap plug. If you do want to see space pirates in a sense, then do join us on Fridays for Stradalicious. We have a very particular space pirate.
I thought you were going to talk about Spelljammer. I was like, too soon.
Oh no! We TPK'd big style when we did Spelljammer, and it will always be too soon. Shout out to Phoenix Iwaki.
Sorry, John.
Okay, so I would like everyone to give me a group survival check.
Mm-hmm.
as you continue forward.
Oops.
17.
16, 17.
6.
A 6.
Hey.
I'm just double checking my stuff to make sure I don't get like. Okay, none of my runes help me with survival.
Reese got an 8.
God, can. Great, I can re-roll a saving throw. No, it's not a saving throw. Fuck it. Natural 1 plus 1, 2.
Bye.
Honestly, space pirates.
You see him fall into a hole and it just sees this much.
The trek continues for, say, a good hour. And you start to see in the distance, ooh, torchlight? Civilization? A skyship? That's the... And you hear a familiar voice in the distance. You've got yourself turned around, you great big muppet.
I just want to
You spent too long in the Shadowfell there, pal. Been wandering around in the dark.
Reese just shouts up, "We're taking the scenic route."
Well, get your space pirates. Now I have to rework all this around. Shit.
We have space
guys,
pirates
I'm
at home.
Space pirates at home.
Rhódania's going to cast guidance on Connell.
Don't worry. You will see the light.
Sounds a bit ominous, I realise.
The right fucking path. There you go, pal. There's 1d4 for you, pal.
I will take it.
All right, so let's try this again.
Attempt that again. Okay.
One more
Group
fervor.
survival check.
All right.
Vamos. Oh, that's even worse.
19.
19.
Please tell me you got a 1 this time.
Natural 1 for Wes.
That's not the wrong person.
I did.
We're just like, okay, where are we going, Wes?
18.
18.
I got a 13 this time.
Okay. It would
I think
be
maybe the
remiss.
girls should lead.
It would
Because
be
men have
remiss
no
of
sense of
me.
direction.
It would be remiss of me to not remind Wes that he does have an advantage to use.
Thank you, C. All right. But I like falling forward.
Thanks, C.
Literally and figuratively. All right, that's better. With an inspiration, that's going to be a 22.
22, a lot better than the natural 1. You continue forward, thankfully this time heading in the right direction. I'll say about an hour and a half, because you're going slowly in this weather. It's, you can't run through it. And the closer you get, the creepier it gets. And it's just this weird feeling. It is like the closest thing you can liken it to is an absence of something, like something's missing. Just something feels off, something feels out of place. You can't put your finger on it. Let me just roll something real quick for Reese specifically. With a natural 1.
Oh, Jesus.
Reese does not understand either what it is. But you can see that Reese is particularly troubled by this feeling. Probably more so than the rest of the group, but you continue on. And eventually You come over a rise and you see the scene that we saw at the very beginning of this stream. The Wyld Ones reaching their destination. A barren citadel, covered in a layer of frost, ice, snow, and regret. Its architecture is beautiful, but it is unlike anything you've seen before. It is ancient. And it feels off. But there it is. And ahead of you, you see a small bridge that perhaps once led over a small river, just half wedged in the snow, that heads towards the main road into the citadel. How do you wish to proceed?
Anybody else have a sinking feeling in their gut?
I've had that for the past week. Definitely giving off similar vibes.
You can see that Reese is like, he has his flute in his hand and he's absent-mindedly like playing it on his fingers as he looks around, but I don't think you've seen Reese look this uncomfortable before.
I'm guessing it's quite noticeable. We all notice it.
Yeah, he's not
Okay.
hiding this in any way. I don't think he's capable of hiding it at the moment.
How are you doing there, Reese?
I've never felt anything like this before. This place feels wrong. It feels... I don't know if it's just me being scared right now, because I am very, but they said that the gods were here before and then they weren't. I can feel that.
You can feel the forgotten presence of the gods.
I feel their absence. Wait, what? Sorry, 1 second. And he begins casting something. Just a simple cantrip. And it fizzles. Oh. I think the gods really are gone from here. I don't think Lady Mary can help us here. And he, like, if you could see a cat sweat, that's how he looks right now. As he is essentially telling you that his divine-based abilities don't seem to work in this space.
A void so powerful it negates divine magic? Interesting.
Like, he rushes over to Fronia. Quick, do something. Do some sparkly shit.
Key,
And she's going to cast Druidcraft and try and like emanate some sort of like stardust in her hands, just like that kind of glow.
It works.
I mean, I'm of nature, and shiny shit. I don't know. I mean, I'm not divine.
Wait,
Or of the
Frank.
divine.
Frank, can you said you were imparted some magic. Can you try it out here?
She'll attempt to hold an Eldritch Blast in her hand without releasing it.
You just feel pins and needles in your hand. And nothing else.
Can she attempt Blessing of the Raven Queen and just disappear and reappear in the same spot?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Ooh. 21.
21. That feeling of pins and needles immediately spreads throughout your entire being. You feel like you want to vomit for an instant, but you manage to shrug it off. But that was one of the most uncomfortable feelings you've ever had in your life.
I'm assuming she didn't disappear.
No.
I don't think it's working.
So, logically, any gifts parted by the deities themselves, the gods, whoever, it seems to be nullified by whatever wound is here. Big Cat, I think you're onto something, but that's concerning. If Rhódania can use her magic, it really means only half of us have the potential to magic our way out of this.
Wounds can be closed.
We just need to find where it is.
As much as I don't want to say this, and Connell just looks at Reese. We cannot afford to go into this tower not feeling confident in our abilities. I know you want to come in here with us. Frankly, we desperately need what you could do, but I couldn't live with myself if something happened to you in there while you're trying to cast magic that you simply can't. The best thing we can do is have you go back to the ship to Madeline, and we can keep in touch through the sending zones. Should we need backup, you're able to talk to your god, talk to Brim, talk to Thrashim, any of our allies. You're able to get in touch. But if you feel like you're confident to go in here, by all means. If not, I don't want to do one in there.
I mean, I can... Not all my abilities come from her. I had stuff before. I just... I can't leave you guys behind. We've come this far.
Anything we can do to help buff you up, so to speak?
I can still do stuff. I just can't do a lot of stuff. So I'ma stay behind you, and I'm gonna keep behind this shield. Gripping it even tighter whilst looking at Connell.
No Tixie backsies to backsy.
We stay
Well.
close.
You'll have to be the healer, little cat.
What? Oh, fuck. Shit.
It's fine, because I can still do this. He reaches a hand on your shoulder and he casts one of his bard spells. Heroism.
Yeah, he does. What does that give me again?
It's only for a minute, but you're imbued with
Yeah.
bravery. You're immune to being frightened, and you gain
10 HP.
2 temporary hit points for the next minute.
Yay. Oh. Tell me
All
when
the
it
fe-
goes then.
All the fear just drifts away as you're imbued with this bravery.
Her pupils go completely big, like, a cat does when it's about to, go, pounce. It's like,
Fuck yes. I'm gonna give out all the shit cunts I can.
We can still fight.
It's like you said, gone all right. We got this. And you can tell he's looking at you for genuine reassurance. Because he doesn't know what to do.
We got this.
Okay. Let's hope I still remember how to
Therese.
play this thing.
Just remember, we can be Chaos Kitties in different ways.
How do we... we never do it right the same way. Let's go already.
Okay.
If we're gonna die, let's get it over with. I'm joking. We're gonna be fine. Let's go.
Les, how does that bridge look? Does it look signed?
Good question. Patch, how does the bridge look? I take a quick glance at it.
I won't make you roll for it. It is made of solid stone. It looks... It doesn't look worn away. Like, you could almost mistake it for a brand new bridge, but it's just untouched for the longest of time.
Are we talking Shadow of the Colossus style bridge, or
No, it looks like a stone bridge that would have gone over a small river. Like any that you would see in a small city.
Just preserved to time, Connell. Same as it was when it was first built, just a little snowier.
Gotcha. Just a little bit skeptical. Can never be too careful with this.
Look, if it makes you feel better, I'll lead. I know you can get scared around bridges and new heights, so I don't mind taking the lead from you. And besides, I do need to give my writing hand a bit of a break. It's a lot of cartography between all the different loops we were making.
And I'm just upset about the space pirates. That's what's got me down.
Look, if there were space pirates, we would have...
I yelled at Reese. I came through a portal in the sky, man. It's a lot.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Just remember, like you said, we've got this. And besides, Frank's here to protect you if anything happens.
She'll pat him on the back. We can still fight.
I got this.
We do.
Rhódania's got this. All right, I'll lead.
I don't.
I'll go ahead. I'll lead us over the bridge. Climb down Connell and lead us over the bridge.
Okay.
Following.
The Hobbit's going to lead us to Isengard.
Taking the halflings to Isengard?
I mean, maybe. As you head over this bridge, it opens up into the citadel proper. It's almost like stepping into the grounds of a large castle. Snow obviously covering everything, but you can see that the area that you stood in looks like it was once a park. You can see half frozen and wedged in banks of snow, small benches. Sort of lampposts that have like torches high above. Completely bare, frozen over tree trunks, with the branches devoid of all greenery but frozen in place. Various small buildings off in the distance, but this long pathway heading down towards the main building of the citadel, where the tallest of the spires reaches up into the heavens. And even from this distance you can see that there is a immense doorway up a small flight of stairs with no apparent door. You can just see a black space leading into the building. But it's a good 800 feet away through this park. It's quite a distance.
Quite a distance. Like, how long would it take us to get there? To get on the other side of this park?
So, if you walked at a leisurely, brisk pace, a few minutes. If you wanted to go stealthily, be a bit slower. If you wanted to run, be much quicker.
Oh, but I'm getting carried, so...
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so you don't need to use any of your movement speed.
Oh.
Before we get too far, I guess as we're like stepping on the bridge, Connell's gonna take a deep breath and like small rocks like kind of like form around everybody's feet. How many people can I do that? Yeah, like the 4 of us, 5 of us, how many there's left. Small rocks like form around everybody's feet as I cast Pass a Slight Trace as we begin to cross the bridge.
Okay. So everyone gets a plus 10 to their stealth checks if they're going stealthily. So I assume that's the plan?
And can't be tracked except by magical means.
Okay. So everyone go ahead and make a stealth check with a plus 10 on top of their modifier.
Yeah.
Oof.
17.
It's a 31 for Reese.
Fucking hell.
He really does camouflage into the snow.
I got an 18.
18.
28.
28. Wes?
37.
37. Wes successfully stealths into Wednesday night's Wildman campaign. Okay. You take maybe 15 minutes to go through this park as a group, stealthily, constantly keeping an eye out. You feel pretty confident that you've not been noticed by anything. Not just down to your stealth, but just the lack of life in this place. It feels like stepping into a memory. It's almost like a dreamscape, but there's no one else here. But you continue on, and eventually you reach the foot of the steps, looking up them into this gigantic doorway. And you can't see any doors. Perhaps there were once some immense doors attached to this frame, but it doesn't appear to be at the moment.
Talk Talk about a fixer-upper. Is anyone still feeling that sense of dread in their stomach, or...
I want to hurl right now. Yeah.
Yes.
We got this. We will get this. Press further on.
We'll work together.
Okay. I'd like to ask, as you each begin ascending the stairs, just in turn tell me what's going through your character's mind at this moment. Let's start with Frike. How do you interpret this feeling of absence and dread in your mind?
It reminds her of being back home when she was completely alone for hundreds of years and had to essentially turn the Shadowfell into had to essentially personify her home into a thing she could interact with, could communicate with, so that she wouldn't go mad after so much isolation. But it doesn't feel like that's even a choice, and she feels the need to hold everybody close and keep them away from whatever's going to happen next, but at the same time, she sees that flash that she witnessed of a face not unlike her own, but twisted into something more, something darker. And whoever's closest to her, I think she would just walk beside them. So probably calm. And she'd probably reach up and try to give Rhódania's hand a squeeze as well.
Connell. What's going through your
Sorry,
mind?
mate?
Yes.
Kind of feeling like the empathy, of Frike's fear. Connell's staying brave. Kind of processing what's kind of gone through his head of what he's been through the past week, what he's currently doing. Real bummed about those space pirates, but you know what? We keep moving forward. It's a shame, but press forward, as they say. But no, he's keeping a brave face for everyone. He's just itching to get into this and figure out what's going on.
Okay.
He ain't got time for fear.
Ain't got time for fear. Rhódania.
Much like her player, she's filled with lots of dread, and as the heroism fades away from her, she realizes that, fuck, this is really it. Feels like there's a weight on her shoulders, and she's unsure if she can do it, but she'll certainly give her best. But whatever happens, happens.
And Wes.
Wes is at an angle, I think, where it's difficult to tell whether or not he's looking forward or looking down. But being in the front, he's actually bowing his head just a smidge. And his all-purpose tool will actually fashion into a holy symbol of Amira. Look, I know you can't hear me, and you probably have no idea who I am, but I just need you to just hear me. Because I know they're scared, and I'm scared too, but they need your guidance now more than ever. There's a wound here, something that you probably have felt for millennia, hundreds of years, something I can't even begin to understand. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna stitch it back up. And if you just hear one thing from a non-believer, just one thing, look after them, please. And it'll revert back to cartographer's tools.
Okay. You finish ascending these stairs, look out into this massive doorway ahead of you. You just see the dark of the insides. Reese will look over to Rhódania. I would normally light a torch, but I don't know if I can right now. So, could you maybe, you like the purple ones nice that you did on the ship?
Produce flame.
How's that for you, pal?
That's good. There's a
Hey.
torch over there.
Remember, you can help in other ways.
I can
Believe in
help
you.
in other ways.
Guidance.
Oh, fuck, thank you. As he holds the torch over the produced flame.
Sorry.
And a purple hue,
Much like your background.
much like my background, takes the surrounding air and lights up some of the corridor ahead. Everyone make a perception check. It's not a high DC, but if you roll really high, you might get something extra.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is very good.
19.
19 is very good.
25.
25 is very good. And another natural one for Westerly.
Oh god, he's just looking at his fingernails, isn't he? Really get these done.
Yeah.
Maybe I made them black.
Okay.
Rhódania's wild polish.
So
I can
the rest
imagine Connell to Wes is like, "Hey, Wes, can you see? Can you see?" And he's like, "Fuck your
Yeah.
stuff."
You guys just fucking around.
Oh my god,
that's
stop.
That's on brand. The rest of you do see, as the purple light opens up this space ahead of you, you see that the walls and the floor look to be marble. There are marble columns on either side, rising up to the roof, which is very high at this point. And just on the edge of the torch's light, you can see that it seems to open up into a much wider space, and you can see the beginnings of a spiral staircase to the far left-hand side. Reese will take a couple of steps further, and you will start to see that it is indeed almost like a grand hall space. But there are statues set into the staircase that spirals around the room, and there is some sort of intricate design made into the marble on the ground in the center of this space ahead of you. And Frike, since you rolled a 25, you get all of that plus a little extra. The first statue you lay eyes upon looks exactly like the feathered form you witnessed in that dream, the Raven Queen. Almost perfect likeness as well. It's not just like an artist's impression. Like, it looks like she's been turned to stone almost. Like just the sheer one-to-one likeness of it.
Your blessings may have vanished from here, but I hope we can return them.
Your voice carries an echo in this space. Even the quietest whisper, you can hear reverberating off the walls. Just adding further weight to the emptiness.
Can she touch the statue?
You can go ahead and reach out and touch it. Place your hand on it. You feel this cold smoothness of the marble. Nothing else of note. It's a nice statue.
There was a design on the floor. Does it look familiar?
I would say in order to be able to look at it properly, you would need a higher vantage point. So it would likely be a case of perhaps keeping the light source nearby, but ascending up the staircase at least partially in order to get more of a bird's eye view.
We need to look at this from another perspective. She'll tell that to Rhódania and head up the stairs.
Is there some sort of sky, like what do they call it, like a moon window sort of thing? Is there anything like that in the spire?
It's possible.
Sky door?
but
I forget. But something
as you
like that it's called.
as you look up, the height of the citadel around you, it just fades to black. You
Okay.
can't actually see how high it truly goes. It's possible, but you'd have to find it.
Okay.
Well, I'll stay down here with the torch. And you have a look and see if it makes any sense to you, because I can only see this little bit here.
Okay.
Full.
Heading up the stairs.
Okay. Your footsteps echo up the stairs as you head up. And you keep glancing back as you go up a little bit further and a little bit further, and eventually you stop as you feel like you've reached a good point where you can really get a look. And you might have to tell Reese, like, oh, just a couple of steps to your left, no, back one, there you go, that's good. Lift it up higher, perfect. Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
$18.
18. Very good. As you begin to look at this design, it seems to be almost like it's probably not the right way to describe it, but almost like a comic strip. It is a series of images presented in this particular order, chronicling some sort of story. And you have this, you have like the intuition that you read one after the other. First question I will ask you is, do you happen to know Celestial?
No.
Okay. So you don't recognize the runes carved throughout, but you do recognize imagery. Various different panels showing likenesses of what you would assume to be gods, all grouped together, shown creating the world in one panel. In the next, you see them communing with mortals of all different race and kind. You see cities being built in the next one. Carl?
I don't necessarily have a specific ability for it, but I'm just quickly scanning through specifically because you mentioned the word rune. Through my training, would I be able to, I don't know, my languages are giant primordial. I don't know why primordial, but am I able to help decipher these in some way?
You would have to know Celestial.
Okay. Shot in the dark.
No, it's a question worth asking. Good shout. You keep reading these panels and you see cities being built in one. The next, you see what looks like conflict, battle amongst the mortals. And then you see in the next one these figures that seem to represent the gods shaking hands with one that resembles the Raven Queen. And with the knowledge that you have, you would interpret this as being her ascension. The next image, you see the Citadel. The gods stood at the entrance, and a shadowy figure stood across from them. The next 3 panels are cracked and broken, like they've been smashed. The marble mostly missing, like it's been removed. Clearly someone didn't like what was in those panels. But that's not what catches your attention. Because the next panels, they catch your attention immensely. In fact, the rest of you notice this as the light shines down. You see Frike staring intently at these particular panels. You all move in closer and you see the first one depicting a skyship and a group of figures that looks somewhat familiar, heading towards a gigantic tree. You see another one, another familiar set of figures inside a large coliseum. You see the next one, that same group of figures at the entrance to the Citadel of the Morrigan-Earth. And the last panel is blank. But those figures, they are definitely the Wyld Ones.
This sound like a narcissist, but they look like us. I mean, apart from the lineup changing at one point. But yeah, that's definitely your pointy head. Connell. That's
It's not-
definitely
That
your.
it doesn't look that pointy.
Okay. That's definitely your spotty big tail, Reese. Well, I mean, it takes a little while for you to show up, Wes, but that's definitely your smarmy git face. Right, that's definitely your beautifully braided hair, and then, yeah, I know you cut it and stuff. And this beautiful figure, all starry and shit, has to be me.
It's us.
Yeah.
If the gods aren't here,
How do
what
they
is?
know who? I don't understand.
Observer, you asshole! And you just see Wes just kind of circle around. We are both making and part of history. We're our own harbinger.
Bad thing?
The Observer, the one in the skyship, the one I saw the other night. If those murals are supposed to be us, then
Then what? Spit it out.
no, but that can't be right. A wound in the fortress. A history without an ending. Everything here was predestined before we were aware of it. But the ending, that ending is blank. Intentionally or on purpose. Coincidence?
Could it to do with the reconvergence? Maybe it's blank because we get swept away elsewhere, like we did with Wildmount.
But if it's blank by coincidence, it means it needs to be written.
Question. Do the carvings of us look just as ancient as the rest of the Citadel, or do they look somehow newer?
Just as ancient as everything else. As you all stand in this space, taking in this information, I'll leave you with one final point. Frike. You can't help but glance back to that particular panel. The Citadel, the gods, the shadowy figure. While it is nothing but a silhouette, it's a silhouette you've seen before. The silhouette from the dream where you met the Raven Queen, your father, and the other one. And it's about this time a voice creeps into your mind. It's not your father. It's not the Raven Queen. And so the heroes arrive at their fated destination. You did well to hide from our sight with your pretty little necklace. But there is no divinity here in Morrigan-Earth. I saw to that. But by all means, dig a little deeper. There's so much to see here. And the room goes silent again.
Just gonna reach for her necklace.
It feels as cold as the marble statue you laid hands on moments ago. And that's where we're going to finish for tonight's session of the Rhódania Oracles. So a nice, light-hearted, fun session to get back into the swing of things.
Thanks, Patch.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice and cheery.
I understood the assignment clearly. A massive, massive thank you to everyone who's been so patient over the last couple of months while we've dealt with all the technical issues and stuff. It looks like we've got a winning formula now, so we can go ahead, hopefully without any further issues. So, again, thank you for your continued patience. It's been lovely to see us average at about 30 plus viewers all night, which we never do, so that is truly amazing. Thank you so much for that. I hope to see you again at the rest of our streams this week. Let me get things wrapped up because people have got to go to work and go to bed and stuff, especially me. So let's quickly go around the table. My dear friends, please reintroduce yourself, plug anything you've got to plug, and give us your favorite moment from the session. Let's go in reverse order. So, Frike.
I'm Bridget. I've been Frike, your perpetually confused Way of the Long Death Monk, Raven Queen Warlock. So much lore I'm still processing, but when I'm not secretly dying of a migraine behind these glasses, you can find, or not on stream here, Mondays and Fridays. You can find me every other Friday over on Phoenix Milwaukee for Candlekeep Mysteries, or you can find me behind the scenes, recapping, lore keeping, fanficking. There's so much lore, such happy from the lore keeper. And favorite moment, I mean, hell, all of that last little bit, I was furiously taking notes. So much information. My psychically damaged brain can't process at the moment, but there shall be much processing.
And we massively appreciate you committing to doing the stream, even with the most terrible of migraines. Please go and get some rest. We love you. Thank you so much. Colin McGinnisy.
Hello, everyone. I am Patrick, aka Pattoons. Sometimes I draw art, but on Monday afternoons I play Colin McGinnisy, Earth Genasi Night Fighter. You can now find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Pattoons. Sometimes I draw art, sometimes I play some games. It's a random mashup. I don't have a schedule yet, so I'm just going with the wind. Let's see. Working very hard on the Zelda one-shot. That's going to be epic as hell. Going to be balls on the walls. It's going to be epic as tits. I'm putting so much dang work into it. My favorite moment of the session... it'd be remiss not to mention me and Wes getting natural ones back to back. Just the fact that we were walking around circles, and it's the beauty of the game. Also, least favorite moment of the session: no sky pirates. Fuck Rhódania. More sky pirates, please. Campaign 2 had them. Where are they? Campaign 3 patch.
Survive this arc, and maybe you'll see. Come on, you just want to be like Space Luffy. Let's be honest.
I resisted so much from having Connell sit on the figurehead of the ship. Kind of like, I wanna, but I can't, because there's going to be a skill check and I'm going to fall.
Yep, that's fair. Thank you so much. Moving up the overlay, Westerly.
Friends, hi. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am chat, literally Mike and Grim. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You can find me here Monday nights and on Phoenix's Wednesday and every other Saturday. We're going to make this quick. So, favorite moment of the session. I'm a storyteller. Really enjoy that sense of dread and anxiety that comes from any journey, but more importantly, to a place that feels very much like there's a scar that needs mending. And the party's response to not only realizing divine and pact magic doesn't work, but realizing that this is a lot bigger in the threads of destiny than we ever thought possible. Thank you, Patch, and thank you everyone for your genuine terror tonight.
Indeed. Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least by any measure, Rhódania.
Hello. I'm Mai, aka Myrit the Pirate. Tonight I played Rhódania, Circle Stars, Feely's Druid, Artificer, Current Healer, and Scared Shitless. You can find me on social media as Myrit the Pirate or Myrit Pirate on X. I recently posted a video review, a very honest one, about Fae Farm. If you guys want to go check that out, I like doing reviews on my channel. I also did a little let's play with Hasey in the chat from Minecraft. That was really good fun. So yeah, go check out there. I'm Myrit the Pirate on YouTube and here and everywhere else. You can also find me here on Wednesdays as Jimothy Brassfangs III Esquire, the not-so-eloquent College of Eloquence Kitsune Bard Rogue in the Wildmount Chronicles. Every other Saturday over on PhoenixUK in Phandelver and beyond, I can't remember.
Over and
Below. As Soleil, the rather doesn't like people. Servan Sarvan cleric. And yeah, coming to 8 Theatre near you in Colchester. In May, I'm going to be playing Lady Macbeth in Macbeth. So if anyone's in Essex or in the Colchester area, come and see it. Countdown to me going on break. So 3 more sessions after this. After that long spiel, my favorite moment. A lot of people have said the moments that I enjoyed, or I thought I would say, a mix of things. So the existential internal crisis of, oh my god, I have to be the healer now, and his magic doesn't work anymore, poor Reese. And even a nice moment where we're about to embark on this like scary journey and like, oh my god, this shit's really happening. Having this nice moment with the stars and the kind of like northern lights, and just having that kind of snippet of a nice memory before shit hits the fan. So, yeah.
I mean, that's it. It's the shit sandwich rule. You start off with an epic battle where the triumphant return of the hero, which, then there's all this existential dread. And then you have something nice in the middle, just a nice little Northern Lights bit, and then you send everyone to potential TBK land. It's a shit sandwich.
Not my watch.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Thank you so much. And I am Patch, your ever humble dungeon master. I played everyone else. You can find me here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on QuestJunkies. Every other Friday over on Center's Tyranny on PhoenixUK, playing my sassy at classy Order of Scribes, Cowal Star Wizard, Cleric, Kellen Sturgrove. You can also see me play a different iteration of that sassy at classy wizard on the Ascensions Incorporated one-shot that we recently released on YouTube as an exclusive. Do check that out. That was an amazing one-shot DM'd by Bridget, and there may be a follow-up in the works, which I'm very excited about. And we also have next month Chapter 1 of our foray into Candela Obscura, The Circle of Blood and Time, GM'd by the ever-incredible Scarlet Song. 5 and a bit hours of absolute dread. Like, you thought this session had existential dread? Like, no one does it like Scarlet. Like, honestly, it was intense. And we just got the character art, which is in the Discord. If you join the Discord if you haven't already, you get to see all that. And yeah, really excited to get that out. It's coming out on my birthday, which will be great. I think that's about it. I'm buying a house, but that's not Quest Junkies related. I mean, it will be eventually when it gives me more opportunity to do more Quest Junkies, but we'll see about
You'll
that.
have the chosen one room, won't you? So.
Yes, the chosen room is going to be available.
And I have to send you a photo of my face
Airbnb.
for your house.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Have a beautiful one you can have. Like, we'll just put it in pride and joy, in the chosen one room.
Yeah.
So
I'll just point
make
the
one
battle
for me.
camera at it
I'll send
every
you my
stream.
headshot.
As for my favorite moment, if I'm honest, like there were many moments and most of them have been discussed. I think overall favorite, every natural one. Every single one was just so perfectly timed. It was chef's kiss perfect. So please keep rolling natural ones.
You know what song would have gone well without us going around the circle is Into the Thick of It.
Yeah.
Into the thick of it.
Also,
I was thinking
fun...
of that one. Sorry, I was thinking of that one.
Oh,
I mean,
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would also say a good theme song for tonight is Perception Check by Tom Cardy. It's the Wyld Ones walking in. Me and my boys are going to mess you up. I rolled a one, I rolled a one. Fuck! And with that, we are going to love you and leave you. We are going to go raiding. Let's have a look, see which of our wonderful friends are streaming online. If I recall... Yes, we haven't seen them for a hot minute. Our friends over at Bards of New York are currently streaming some D&D, so let's continue the D&D train. Friends, all love to you at home. We love you very much, and we will next see you on Wednesday in Wildmount. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night. Good afternoon.